his opponent from the cemetery, weighing 210 pounds, the Reaper, Matt Conard.
Stakes in this next matchup with two of the most intimidating, unique athletes in Pro Wrestling Xpress. Gory, one-on-one with Matt Conard, as stipulated by Robert Parker Williams. The loser of this matchup will go on a little vacation for a few weeks because the loser will be temporarily suspended from PWX competition.
Yeah, I don't really understand that. I think it's a case of sour grapes from Robert Parker Williams, and certainly ups the stakes of this matchup because we've got Gory trying to position himself for a shot at the heavyweight title. We've got Matt Conard trying to work his way up the ranks, and certainly either one of these guys, if they're sidelined for an indefinite amount of time, that's going to halt any progress they have towards their goals in this promotion.
Now, when you look back to really the past 6-8 months, you're going to name two men who have risen the highest in PWX from where they were to where they are. Certainly Gory and Conard would be at the top of that list, in my estimation, not necessarily in that order. Conard came from obscurity into major main events. Gory was somebody who really burst on the scene and turned a lot of heads, but I don't think anybody expected the meteoric rise to the PWX Championship. Certainly nobody expected him to pin Paul London, a former World Tag Team Champion. Gory has done many things above and beyond expectations, and I think we're only seeing the beginning of this match.
And Gory taking a rather auspicious start to this one. And
carnivorous, perhaps?
There's a good adjective.
Gory in his element, but Conard, he's certainly got a few screws loose in his own right. But both these men, as we touched on before, as nuts as some of these people are, they can wrestle. Or the unique takeover.
And certainly Gory, one of the most dangerous aerial artists that you're going to find in a professional wrestling ring today. No question about it. And here we're seeing it. What agility by Gory. Oh, good God.
You try to get too fancy, you try to build up a little too much momentum, and you'll get caught. Conard got his wits about him just in time to shut Gory down on that third or fourth springboard. Another interesting point, gentlemen, is the fact that both these men are among the most popular in the PWX locker room amongst these fans. And I think we have a hushed silence among these people as they appreciate the effort, but also I think they would much rather see these guys against, say, Chris Taylor or somebody of that ilk, a Tanner Reynolds, proving their own merit rather than being forced to face each other.
Yeah, very true. Certainly, I don't think either one of... Oh, Gory gets dropped face first. I don't think either one of these, I don't think this crowd wants to see either one of these guys take a step back in their progress. I think this crowd enjoys the progress of both these guys so much. They don't want to see either guy take a step back, and certainly not suspended for some amount of time.
We talk about the high stakes, the loser suspended. However, the winner of this matchup, you got to think once again, when it comes time to assessing those PWX Championship rankings, whoever can survive this matchup will be right near, if not at the top, because these two men have among the most spotless win-loss records you'll see in recent memory.
Certainly two very intense individuals. No question, as we're seeing Conard using his size advantage there, trying to press those shoulders down. You have to wonder if Conard is a little hesitant to try to use that size advantage because he doesn't want to corner himself with the speed of Gory. We've seen Gory one of the best counter wrestlers as well because of how quick he is inside the squared circle. You can see Conard being very cautious, a little more cautious than usual. But then again, you can't blame him with someone as dangerous as Gory.
Not at all. Conard wise to slow the pace. Conard wise to be more methodical. In this instance, he will not out-quicken Gory. Debatable if he can outdo Gory in the sadistic category. But certainly he can outpower the New Age player. Perhaps squeeze the life out of him with this reverse chin-lock.
And Joe, you mentioned it earlier, but just to reiterate here, what a classic we had the honor to call when it was Paul London versus Gory.
5 minutes left in this matchup, 10 minutes left to wrestle.
It was a 20-minute rule, and it was something that Gory, that Paul London, and certainly none of these fans here live or are watching at home on television will ever forget. Gory was tested. He was pushed to the limit, and he passed that test. And Gory looking to face another hard test now in the corner of Conard as Gory gets momentum on his side. From the top of Conard meets Gory midair.
What timing by Conard, able to catch Gory on the way down.
To do it here, no. Can you imagine how either of these men would react to being told, oh, you're not allowed here for the next several weeks. You have to go home, you have to behave, be obedient. I can't see either one of them just putting their tail between the legs and accepting that. Whoever ends up on the losing end, numbered by Conard after the younger end, gets 2. Whoever loses this matchup after their suspension's over, be it 14 days, 21, 30, whatever it is, there will be consequences, and probably for a lot of innocent people.
Exactly, which is why I'm happy that we're up here, safe in the press box. And
we're not safe. Don't assume that we're safe.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. If either one of these guys comes up here, don't tell me to run because you're going to be talking to yourself.
This is a very...
I'm out of here.
Dark, ominous room back here behind us. The kind of place I think Gory might hang out if it wasn't for all the people around. Conard, we know he hangs out at cemeteries. After Gory's done with us, this place might be a cemetery. You don't know. You guys are very, very scary.
Now you're getting me spooked up here.
I haven't talked to either of these guys in months. Too intimidating.
I noticed how it's me, Vince, big time cat knock. I was sitting next to you guys.
Yeah, we're familiar with you.
Hey, I noticed how Robert Parker Williams announced his match way earlier because he probably, just like you guys were saying about being spooked a little bit. He's not out here right now for this match. But what I wanted to ask you guys is, what do you think is behind this? That he's making one of these guys, not be able to wrestle after they lose. What's the deal?
I think it's a really good question. I think Jim hit a great point when it came down to potential jealousy over the fact that these two are hotly contesting for a championship that, let's be honest, the only major championship Robert Parker Williams has ever held, the PWX Championship. Parker is a former 3-time tag champion, former Three Rivers champion, but never had that top prize. Maybe Parker had trying to eliminate these men because in the case of the green-eyed monster, which could be a more powerful monster than these two. But Gory hits a lung blower, turns the tides, and now there's an attempt for Gory to recuperate as we have a potential turning point in this matchup.
Now let's be honest here, Robert Parker Williams' motivation it's basically if he can't be in the square circle, then one of these competitors won't either.
Yeah, but just one of them. What about the other one? He's not doing anything to the other one. So what's his motivation really, Jim? Really, what is his motivation?
Really, Jim?
Well, they're both going to tear each other apart to avoid being suspended. So either way, the winner is clearly only the survivor. I mean, we've seen this matchup. This is a hard-fought contest. Even the winner's going to have a lot of black and blue marks, a lot of bruising.
But Jim, there's got to be just something even deeper than what you think. There's got to be something way deep. You got to dig down. Figure it out. Come on.
While Jim's digging, we'll talk about the springboard drop kick. Gory drops Conard. Conard may be done. Wind knocked out of his body. Near fall situation. Vince, you make a great point. I just don't think we have the answers for you, unfortunately. There may be a bigger plan here from Robert.
I need the answers. I want answers for this. I want to know what's going on.
I'm going to tell you what's going on. Gory charges, bicycle kick right in the face.
That's what's going on. That may be done. Near fall. And Conard, I think, frustrated that he wasn't able to put Gory away. You can't ever underestimate the resolve or the tenacity of a man like Gory. As Paul London learned, Chris Taylor learned, a lot of us learned.
Conard hooks him up here. What in the world?
Gory trying to counter. Up behind, and that's primo fighting territory. Conard on the receiving end.
Guillotine center ring.
10 minutes allowed for this matchup, 5 minutes left to wrestle.
Gory is going to try to choke Conard out here, but Conard just muscles him up. Drop dead driver.
Oh, seamless. Seamless power. Gory is at home on those ropes. To his advantage. And Gory looks like he's got the arm and shoulder trap.
That's almost a variation of that Kimura lock there. And Conard certainly a sense of urgency, trying to escape with his arm still attached.
And that's a good call on that one. Conard could sense desperation, knew he had to finish this thing off. And Conard attempting just that.
Man, are these two going at it. This matchup is just as intense as we thought it would be.
Now Gory, he was perched for a moment. The most awkward of landings.
Very well said. And now you have to think at this point, in a high-risk situation, Matt Conard's going to try to put this one away.
Conard looking for everything here. Gory counters. The headbutt. Conard hanging on for dear life here.
And look at Gory just continue.
Oh my God. QAS got it. Gory. No. What more do you need to do?
Well, Gory's going to try to figure it out. The aerial artist going back up top here.
Oh my God, what impact! The double stump will finish anybody